What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Sugar Sean O'Malley. The question is he smart or is he scared? A lot of people, there's so many people online talking shit about O'Malley, talking about how he's scared and won't fight all the ranked guys, and how he's pardon me, how he's still unranked and all this and all that. And I believe it's just some nonsense. I honestly think to say any of the fighters are scared is kind of some nonsense. Unless you're Tommy Fury and you're pulling out of the Jake Paul fight. He was probably a little scared. But anyway, this is about O'Malley, not him. Sugar Sean O'Malley is locked into a contract, and a lot of people don't understand this. The contract he is locked into is going to be what it's going to be. What he signed on the papers, the documents, what he signed and agreed to is how it's going to go until he signs a new contract. It doesn't matter if O'Malley goes out here and fights the biggest names possible, you know what I'm saying, and becomes the biggest star there is. It doesn't matter. As long as he's under that certain contract, that's going to be his contract. So, O'Malley realizing this, he takes the fights that the UFC gives him. He doesn't go out here and call out the bigger, he does. I'll get to that in a minute. But he hasn't been until here recently. He has, but he hasn't. It's kind of hard to explain, but just stay with me. He hasn't been really calling out, ranked fighters, like big names and ranked fighters up in the top 10, top 5. He hasn't really been doing that. So that leads a lot of people to think that he's scared and just wants to fight all these unranked guys and look good and all that. But what they're forgetting is the contract. And like I said, it's actually smart of O'Malley to realize this and realize, hey, no matter who I'm fighting, this is what I'm going to make. It don't matter if I'm out here fighting these top 10 killers or a guy that just got done with his shift at IHOP. You know what I'm saying? It don't fucking matter. So, that's, in my opinion, it's smart on O'Malley's part. Why the fuck would he go in there with them top 10, top 5 killers and, risk his life? I mean, honestly, yeah, his life and, bodily harm, injury. Why would he go in there and risk that when he could go out here and fight these cans right now and build his name up? You know what I'm saying? He's building that name, getting highlight reel finishes for the pay that he's going to make regardless. So, it's starting to come around to where he's about to, get a new deal, sign a new contract. So, you've been seeing him talk a little shit, talking to the bigger guys, naming some bigger names. Peter, Pure, however the fuck, Jan. He's talked, back and forth with him. Cody Garbrandt, y'all just seen the face off at the presser, that was pretty cool. That fight, a lot of people want to see that fight. So, he's calling these names out without actually having to fight these names. Smart as fuck, dude. He's hyping those fights up for the future. Because right now, why fight them guys if he's not going to make no more money for it? Makes no sense. Dude ain't scared. I'm going to tell you right now, Sean probably put a whooping on old Cody Garbrandt. He probably, I see a KO in that fight. Sean walking off with a clean walk-off KO. That's how I see that fight going for Sean. I think Sean's ready for the top 10, top 5 right now. I think he has been for a minute. Sean's really fucking good. I love Sean O'Malley. He's one of my favorite fighters. You see him back here behind me on my wall. My wife painted that, if y'all don't know. Put it on Instagram. He actually commented on it, so that's pretty cool. But even before that, I love O'Malley. He's the first fighter that ever got me to buy any merch. I got a fucking O'Malley shirt. He's the only fighter that ever really made me buy any of their merch. So, that's saying something. O'Malley, he's going to be a big fucking star. He's just working his way up real slow. And that's killing a lot of people. It's pissing a lot of people off. And look, man, I get it. I want to see him fight these guys too. I really do. I'd love to see him in there knocking out Cody Garbrandt, knocking out fucking TJ Dillashaw, Jose Aldo, Jan, Aljamain Sterling. He'll get there. He will. Just trust. He'll get there. He knows what he's doing. The UFC knows what they're doing. They're giving him these fights right now. He's honestly lucky because historically, the UFC doesn't like that, that strategy. They just don't. They want you to, be out there promoting and trying to get the biggest fights you can and the biggest names you can and want you to be doing call outs and, want you to be doing all the legwork to build your name up. But with O'Malley, they've taken a different route and they've honestly been working with O'Malley, I believe, to build his name and reputation and give him all these not give it. Obviously he's going in there with some skilled people. Even though they might not be ranked or whatever, they're still skilled guys. They know how to fight. They're in the fucking UFC. They got there. They're there for a reason. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's really actually cans. You know, they are, but they're not. But uh, it's just the UFC. They're working with him, giving him these guys, and he's taking them without any hesitation or saying no. I want this big name instead because, as I said, why the fuck would he do that? He's going to make the same pay regardless who he's fighting. And as while this is all going on, he also gets to hype up these fights with these big names, but not actually have to fight them right now. So he gets more time to prepare for that. And by the time it gets there, he's actually going to be getting paid what it would be worth to get in there with those fucking killers. You understand? So he's smart as fuck, man. Now, a lot of people, I can't really name anyone, I don't think, that's used this strategy. It's a lot of people would be calling that padding his record, and honestly, I mean, you might be right, but it's a strategy. Can't even fucking talk. My bad. It's a strategy. And he's using it very well, in my opinion. And I think using this strategy, he's gonna go far. And I honestly think you're gonna start seeing him fight ranked guys pretty soon. And O'Malley's gonna blow the fuck up. O'Malley's gonna be huge. He's the next big thing, that's for sure. There was a wrench thrown in there when he got popped for something. I don't even remember what it was, really. It was honestly probably some bullshit. It was like a tainted supplement or something like that. But he got popped and got suspended for 2 years. So he was gone. That fucking killed me, man. I loved O'Malley. I mean, I still do, obviously. But I really wanted, to keep seeing him fighting. And had to wait for 2 years for him to come back. And I think they've just, realized the power that he could potentially have and the stardom that he can generate. The money he can generate, the fans he can put in the seats. I think they're realizing that, and they're just doing a slow build with him. They're working with him. They're letting him take these, lesser known guys, get these fucking highlight reel finishes. That way, when he, it's good for everybody. It's building up. It literally is good for the UFC. It's good for Sean O'Malley, and it's good for all these big name guys that he's going to eventually end up fighting. It just is. I mean, tell me a different argument. I'll hear it. I will. I'll listen. I'll hear you out. But I think it's smart as fuck, and I think honestly he's probably setting a trend. He's a trendsetter. I think you'll see a lot more guys starting to do this. Now whether that's good or not necessarily, I don't know. For the fans and for the sport and the action, it's just I don't know. But I can tell you that for the fighters, it's a lot better using this strategy because as I've said, they're gonna make that same amount of money no matter who it is they're fighting. So why the fuck take more risk and fight these big name dudes that are known killers in that octagon for the same little amount of pay that you would get to fight, as I said, a dude that just got done, washing dishes at the fucking Denny's, you know what I'm saying? So it's smart business, and I don't think you could tell me otherwise. But if y'all want to argue it, feel free. Drop your opinions in the comments, and if you guys like my content, like, subscribe, share, all that shit. I appreciate you guys watching my shit. I really do. We're growing real slow, just kind of like O'Malley, that slow build. But we are growing, and we'll get there one day. And man, one day I hope to be covering all this shit and actually know these guys and talk to these guys maybe on a regular. Hit me up with information. I hope to know other YouTubers that or focus on MMA, put out MMA content. Those are my dreams. Those are my goals. That's the reason I'm doing this. I love this shit. I love the sport, and I just want to be a part of it as much as I can. And I like making these videos for you guys. So if y'all like them, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that. Thank y'all.